Lost of 4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw him pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining and grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our work is. In paradise, in paradise. We manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is Wednesday, and it is still a little cloudy out there, raining back and forth. I'm hoping it's going to be not raining and not cloudy tomorrow so that I can get out and about and get my equipment out and do a live stream out and about. And also tomorrow is, guess what? OSU football day, the first day of football for everyone, college football. Next week, of course, the NFL starts, so we're excited about that. And, of course, I have my USA stuff on today because the Ryder Cup has been announced. The Ryder Cup team, those of you who play golf, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't play golf, just deal with it for here for a little bit because of the simple fact that we're going to talk about golf here for a bit. The Ryder Cup team for the USA has been announced today. Keegan Bradley, who is the captain, announced who his 12 players are going to be. Of course, the vice captains, Jim Furyk, Kevin Kisner, Webb Simpson, Brant Snedeker, and Gary Woodland are the vice captains. They're under him to help him do the team. And then, of course, he has announced his players. Now, what the surprising thing was Justin Thomas was the first person that he announced, not Scotty Scheffler. And I thought that was interesting that he did that instead of Scotty, since Scotty is the number one player in the world, which I was laughing the other day because we did a question last week, a couple weeks ago, about who would you take, Scotty Scheffler or Tiger Woods, and people were like, oh, Scotty did it. I'm like, Scotty in some when Tiger was not playing good in 2000, no, we're not taking Scotty. And it was so funny is that I saw a thing that Scotty Scheffler is number one in the world today, right now, August 2025. For him to tie Tiger Woods as far as his streak for number one, weeks at number one, at the golf being the number one ranked player, it would be August of 2035. So for the next 10 years, he'd have to not miss 1 week for the next 10 years in order to tie Tiger Woods. Of course, that's not going to happen. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a most unbreakable records. We've done it before, but that number is so crazy that's just something that's just way out there. Kind of because Kobe got a chance to break Wilt's record, but when he got a chance to break it, he had 81 to win the game. He did have 71 or 60 something in the third quarter, and Phil Jackson wouldn't play him in the fourth. So we're going to do something like that. But not announcing Scotty as the first person, but Justin, I thought was interesting that he did that. And so that was a kind of a I don't know if it was a point. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. I had to turn off my fan. God dang, it's not quite that warm out there. I was like, holy crap, let me turn off that fan. Uh, anyway, the fact that he didn't announce Scotty first, I thought was interesting. But his relationship with Justin, uh, in that plus Justin was on the team that got murdered the last time around. So we shall see how that works. Because it's interesting is that We won in Wisconsin and at Whistling Straits. And then they turned around and just murdered us. And we murdered them pretty good at Whistling Straits a couple years ago, or 4 years ago, however long it's been. And then they smashed us in Europe, in Paris. Just smashed us. It wasn't even close. It was a brutal beatdown. So now Bethpage Black, which is a tough course, and depending on what the situation is, because remember when Tiger won at Bethpage, he was the only one that was under par. Once again, something that it's just insane that he could win a U.S. Open like that, which is a couple of times that he did do that. That's why I said Scotty's not Tiger, not even close, but he is a good player. Cam Young, I love me some Cam Young. He's been playing really, really well. He played good in the FedEx Cup. Sam Burns, another good pick, in my opinion. Xander Schauffele, like me some Xander. I just like his game. I always have. I don't know what it is about the kid, but I like what he's not a kid, a young man. I like Xander Schauffele a whole lot. Patrick Cantley. I've watched Pat. He doesn't really do it. I mean, I like his game's okay. He just doesn't. I don't look at him and go, man, he's just. I just look at him like, okay, he's a good player. I don't. He doesn't really, knock my socks off or not make me want to go. Oh man, he's just unbelievable. He doesn't do that for me. He just does not, and I don't mean that in a negative way on his part. He just doesn't. He just doesn't do it for me. He really doesn't. Uh, Let me see. Harris English. I like Harris a lot. I think he was a good pick. Ben Griffin, like as well, is a good pick, and he's a lot of young kids, young guys, who I like, and I think that he did do a good job in picking these guys and giving them an opportunity to play. But that being said, that European team once it gets announced, we'll put it in. We'll have these two teams next to each other so you can see who the European team is, and the European team, I think, is pretty much set with who they're going to use, the same that they used in Paris, and they pretty much use the same players, and they just really murder us every time they see us. It's something about it, but when it comes to the American golf and playing in American tournaments, they don't do as well for whatever reasons. It doesn't, but in the Ryder Cup, they just murder us, especially on their soil, under their terms. It's just a beatdown. But we're back in America right now, so we'll see how happens and see what happens. Russell Henley, I like me some Russell. He's okay to me. He's been playing pretty decent. I really like J.J. Spawn. I've watched him play lately. He's just slow. You can just see him just develop and come into a player and get better and better and better. So I really, really like what J.J. Spawn is doing and what he's becoming. Bryson DeChambeau, I don't watch Bryson at all simply because he's a live golfer. I don't watch that mess. To me, that's really not golf. Uh, to me, that is more of it's not golf to me. It's more scramble. It's more of a show. It's more something. I mean, you're wearing shorts, which is okay. I don't really care about that so much, but it's round robin. It's not. It's not real golf to me. I mean, you still have golf courses and all that. It's like John Rahm didn't win anything. He didn't win one tournament, but yet he won the thing because of points. I like what the PGA did, is saying that, okay, what we're going to do is this: we're going to place you as far as where you're going to tee off, but at the meantime, the finals, everybody's equal. Everybody's equal, so anybody can win it. I really like that format the way it is. It's one tournament for it all, $10 million. Let's go. And so anyway, I like how they do that. But anyway, J.J. Spawn is Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, he hits it long, and he did play pretty good in the last two Ryder Cups ago. He played okay. He hits it a ton, and to me, it's just the live golf is not competitive golf. You're not playing against the best guys in the world. You're really not, and they just took the money, and that's once again a show of this younger generation and how they don't. I mean, to me, as I've said before, when I went to Oklahoma State or when I went to Southeast, who was the best player? What was his numbers? How do I break those numbers? Oklahoma State, who was the best guard ever? I broke all of his numbers. So to me, that's what I look at. It's the competition to me, And that's another thing with the younger generation. The competition is not there. You get medals, you get certificates, you get all these awards for participation. What the hell is participation? When I coached, I gave out Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player, Defensive Player, Offensive Player, Most Improved. That's what I gave out. Hustle Award. Those are things I gave out. You have to earn something. I'm not giving you anything. You have to earn it. I'm not going just because you were on the team, you get you got T-shirts. I don't believe in a parent that came up and said, hey, I don't do that. I don't give out participation. If you want an award, you earn it. One of my players who said, hey, coach, I know I won the defensive player. How do I win the MVP? Well, you work your butt off, and guess what he did? The next year he was MVP. So to me, that's how I look at it. So Bryson DeChambeau playing live golf, to me, I don't even watch live golf. I don't really care about it. It's whatever. Colin Morikawa, that is the one controversial pick, if you want to call it that. But the thing, watching Bethpage Black and seeing the course, you have to hit it straight. And nobody hits it straighter than he does. He hits it. He's constantly he hits the ball straight. He's not long, but he hits the ball straight, and he's got nice irons. So I don't mind the Colin Morikawa pick. Could he have picked somebody else? Sure, but I'm not mad that he picked him. I mean, I like Colin Morikawa a lot, and I think that he is a fantastic player. Like I said, he hits the ball straight, and at Bethpage Black, you have to hit the ball straight. You have to stay in the fairway, because if you don't, it will punish you. And if you've seen the course and you've seen how it is, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It is extremely difficult to play in. Hello? I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. I kind of messed up uh, my earplugs, my earphones there just a minute ago. Kind of messed up a little bit, but I got it all straight now. But anyway, so that's kind of look at it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I like our team. The European team is way more stacked than our team is. Just when you look at who they have and what they're doing, but with Rahm and McIlroy, but anybody can get beat in golf at any day. And if you play golf, you have bad days. And the day one is going to be the key. Last year, the last time in the last Ryder Cup, they just spanked us 4-0, and the first day just kicked our butts, and we never recovered. And, that's the thing is this. Who is Scotty going to play with? Who is Justin going to play with? Who are you going to team together? Because it's about the teams. It's about how they match with each other. Because I know when Jim Furyk and Tiger played together, they did really well together all the time, simply because of their games. And one hits it straight, one gets a little long. So if Tiger's long, the Furyk is in the fairway. If one hits it somewhere, Tiger's short game and putting was unbelievable. So they made a good match. So that's what's going to be. That's to me is going to be the key for the USA. Who is going to play with who? Because when you look at DeChambeau, he doesn't hit it. He hits it long, long, long. So who do you partner him with? Why wouldn't you partner him with Colin? Because if DeChambeau is hitting it long and Colin Morikawa doesn't, but Colin Morikawa hits it straight, so with DeChambeau, you can afford it. Like, hey, brother, go ahead and go for it. Colin's going to get you straight in the middle of the fairway. So, to me, that would be a good matchup with those two. Scotty Scheffler, I don't care who he plays with. I would say I wouldn't mind matching Scotty and Cameron or Scotty and Ben Griffin together. Justin Thomas with the Harris English, maybe. Even a Russell Henley. Xander Schauffele. I like Xander a lot, and I like him and J.J. Spahn together. But like I said, I don't know who he's going to pick. You don't know. I mean, he's been watching him. He is the captain, and he's got some good vice captains with, like I said, Kevin Kisner, Webb Simpson. Oh, I misspelled Kevin's name. My bad, bro. Oh, no, I didn't. Good. I thought I misspelled his name. Webb Simpson, Branch Snedeker, and Gary Woodland. So you got he's got a good group of vice captains. I am excited about the Ryder Cup and what's going to happen with our team, especially once again it's on U.S. soil. And as I always said, you got to protect the home. When you look at the NBA, what does the NBA say? You have home court advantage. What does home court advantage mean? Home court advantage means for the Thunder, you get to play Game 7 at home. You get to play the most pivotal game that there is, which is Game 5, at home. In the Game 7s, we had to win against the Nuggets and against Indianapolis, the Pacers. What did you have? What games did you have to win? Game 5. Why? You got to win Game 5 in order for there to be a Game 7. So that's the thing that I look at when we are playing at home. Bethpage Black is extremely difficult, and they've all played it before. I mean, they played the U.S. Open and they played again one other time there. So I'm sure everybody's familiar with how tough the course is. And for a public course, it's brutal. It's not. It's not. I mean, most Ryder Cups are played at private courses. But this is a public course, and it's just going to be brutal. And I can promise you the New York fans, the New Jersey, New York fans are not going to be nice. Neither were the European fans. And, to me, golf is a more of a quiet, you don't talk trash, you don't do that. And to me, say whatever the hell you want to until the guy wants to swing. When he gets ready to swing, shut your mouth. Because it's a respect thing. You don't talk while somebody's in the middle of their backswing. You don't speak. You don't talk. And you can see there's multiple videos of Tiger Woods where he would have to stop his swing on the downswing simply because somebody said something. Because some idiot is on purpose trying to screw him up because they're pissed off. I don't have a problem with you talking trash. I play the sport where you talk trash. The fans. Basketball, they talk trash to you. Football, they talk trash to you. Baseball, they talk trash to you. Well, did you see the clip the other night? When Otani, he was getting trash talked the whole time. Come back, hits a home run, slaps the opposing fan on the shoulder, on the back, like, hey, how was that? That's, to me, that's what sportsmanship is about. And I think that golf has turned into that. But the thing is this, say whatever the hell you want to, but be respectful. Just like shooting a free throw. You don't scream, well, it's totally different. They scream and yell during free throws. But it's like this. When you're playing golf, be respectful of somebody's golf swing. I'm going to talk trash to you all up to the point where you're getting ready to hit the ball. Then I'm done. When you address the golf ball, I'm done talking. I'm done talking when you address the golf ball. After that, yes, I'm going to run my mouth. Before that, oh yes, I'm going to run my mouth. I have zero problems with the trash talking. I have zero problems with what the people did in Europe 2 years ago. I have zero problem with us talking trash, which is dude. So what? This is a new day. Now back in the day, golf is a quiet, sport that was usually done by the wealthy, where they don't speak, you don't talk trash. You're just nice and quiet. You just enjoy the shot. Yeah, no. I should be able to say whatever the hell I want to. If that bothers you, then go play something else. And tennis, they do the same thing. That's why you're doing it. Just go. I mean, while it's going on, enjoy what's happening. Before that, say whatever the hell you want to. Talk trash. Do whatever. It's okay. That don't bother me. It never bothered me when they were talking trash to me. Never. I didn't get mad. I didn't get to the point where I'm all pissed. Okay. Talking trash. And I'm still going to bust your you-know-what. Doesn't bother me one iota. So I'm looking forward to this year, and it's on the 23rd to 28th, which is the end of next month. So I'm excited about that. And football is going to be going on too, which is crazy. I don't know what the games are there. But the fact that we do have our team, and then the European team will be picked, and then we will do a special or do a show on that as well with the European team, and then match the two teams. And like I said, I'm more interested in the morning matchups. Who are going to be in the four balls? Who's going to be in what? That's who is he going to partner up? Because to me, that means everything. Who are you partnered up with? It's like if you play 2-on-2. It depends on if you're basketball. You're playing 2-on-2. Who are you partnered with? Are you partnered with a big guy? Are you partnered with a little guy? Are you partnered with the medium? Who are you partnered with? Because that matters. Do you see each other? And that's the thing that Oklahoma City Thunder did so well. They knew what each other was going to do, which made all the difference in the world. So when I look at our team and I look at what we're doing, it's going to depend on the Ryder Cup on who is paired with who. And I gave my opinion on that, which, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Who the hell knows? who's going to be paired with who. I'm sure that they know based on whose game is what. I mean, because to me, like I said, with him and Colin, DeChambeau hits it long, he hits it straight. So you don't have to win Bethpage with the rough and the way it is. If you don't hit it straight, you're in trouble. You have to be in the fairway. So to me, that would be a nice matchup because if DeChambeau does spank one and he's in the fairway, then Colin Morikawa's short game is really good. So it's DeChambeau's has gotten better. So to me, that's how you do it. That is how the recipe is for a championship if the USA is going to bring home the medal, which I fully expect us to win at home. But, when are we going to beat them there? They used to spank us, and now it's them. It's us at home, them at home. But like I said, you have to protect your home base. So I'm looking forward to that. Once again, this is why I have on my USA. It's a soccer, not golf, but I do have my Whistling Straits shirt back there, which I will be wearing, and for the holder next week, because on the 23rd. Because of the simple fact that we won with that shirt on, so I'm going to wear it on home base. I need to get me some Ryder Cup gear too for this year. So now that being said, college football is here, as we all know, and there's some big games this weekend, which I'm finally. I've been a big proponent of being pissed off about them not having college games. Being pissed off about it because I'm like, why aren't these teams playing each other? Oops. Sorry about that. Why aren't these teams playing each other? What is the deal? Why aren't teams playing like in basketball? I've been griping about this for years and years and years. It's like in basketball, we play each other. Why don't they play each other in golf? I mean, in football. Why don't the top teams play each other? I don't understand that. Why don't the best teams play each other? Now, of course, they did it because of the simple fact that if you lost early, you were in trouble. Now, if you lose late, you're in trouble. But if you're losing against one of the best teams, what difference does it make? And when you look at the schedule tomorrow, I had to throw the Cornhuskers in there for my guy, HuskerDrewPicks.com, Drew Hinthorn. I had to throw the Nebraska Cornhuskers in there for him, but they're also playing a Big 12 team. Stephen F. Austin is playing the Houston Cougars, of course, Big 12 team. And then, of course, the University of Tennessee Martin is playing Oklahoma State tomorrow at 6:30, which, of course, we had talked about that. Talked about me going to the game. And, in fact, I got to remind myself, leave me a note that I need to call and see if I can set up at our tailgate, if there's a place for me to set up tomorrow to do the show, because I think that'd be fantastic to get everybody's opinion and have people come on the show and talk about what they think is going to happen at the game and the Thunder and the whole 9 yards. We'd have, it's going to be a great show, but I got to get permission from Marco in order to get that done tomorrow. But anyway, University of Tennessee Martin, the Cowboys are minus 20.5 point favorites, over under 55.5. And if you remember last year, we won all of our pre games, our pre-conference games. We won them all. We just didn't win any conference games. So we'll see what's going to happen this year. 6:30 is going to be an ESPN Plus. For those of y'all who are not going to go to the game, you can watch it on ESPN Plus and see what happens there. University of Tennessee Martin and us and Oklahoma State, 20.5 points. They must be terrible. But once again, it gives us a chance to figure. It gives Oklahoma State a chance. The coaches, what kind of team do we have? What kind of quarterback do we have? What's going to happen with that? So that's going to be a big thing to me on what's going to happen with the teams and what's going on. So we'll see what goes on there. Nebraska at Cincinnati, the Bearcats against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. The Bearcats are 6.5 point underdogs. 51.5 is the over/under, and that game's going to be on ESPN at 8 o'clock. And so it's interesting that Nebraska is opening up on the road. That's interesting. But, of course, Ohio and Nebraska is not too far apart. They can get to and from the games. Nebraska, of course, has a big budget, so they'll just fly in and fly out. No big deal for them. But 8 o'clock game on ESPN, I won't be watching it because clearly I'll be watching the Oklahoma State game, seeing what kind of team we have or what kind of team the Cowboys are going to have this year. Hopefully it's going to be good. Then Stephen F. Austin at Houston tomorrow night. Houston is minus 20. I don't know why I put plus 20. They're minus 20. They're not plus 20. They're minus 20 point favorites on that. So let me see. Let me go ahead and change that on my thing here so that I can get everything correctly because I don't like it when it's that way. They're minus 20 because there's no way Stephen F. Austin is the favorite over them. No way. That's not happening. Uh, there's no way that's not happening like that. So, but anyway, when I look at that, Stephen F. Austin's uh, against them, what's going to be the thing with that? I do believe that Houston will take care of business at home. I mean, and here's the if you look to me, if you look at the reasoning behind these teams playing um, against the bigger teams and getting those, they do get a nice reward. They do get a nice payday, which helps them in their budget because some of these smaller schools that are trying to play football, football is an expensive sport. So, when they do that, it's a huge thing for them to be able to play a game, play football because of the cost of such things, the equipment and everything that is required with that. So I do understand why Stephen F. Austin has to go to Houston because of the payday, why UT Martin has to go to Oklahoma State because of the payday. I get all that, but that's the rub, that's the tear, that's the problem that I have because on the flip side of that, it's like, well, that's cool, but I want Oklahoma State to play Georgia. I want them to step. Now we're going to play Oregon next week, and of course that is what it is what it is on that. I don't know what the thinking is behind that. I think it's going to be a beatdown, but we'll see. But anyway, I do get it, but at the same time, do you want to watch bad football or do you want to watch good football? I think you want to watch good football. I know I do. I want to watch good football, and that's part of the thing that I look at. Let me see. Of course they do. They have YMB waters. In fact, I went off my YMB waters. In fact, today, my bad, Randy. I forgot my YMB water. Get my YMB water out of the refrigerator today. I do have it. It's just in my fridge, and I forgot to get some now because my fat boy back there is, he requires so much of my attention doing what he needs to do. He's a piece. He's a spoiled baby, as we do know how that works. Uh, but anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward. I don't understand why the teams are doing what they do. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get the whole deal with that. I really don't understand it. To me, it's just kind of like I don't understand. I really don't. I don't get the whole playing weak teams. I mean, how does that help you? I mean, you spank somebody, that's great. It's kind of like in basketball. You have more teams that, like Oklahoma State. I don't like going and watch bad basketball. I don't like really going to watch bad football. But am I going to go? Yes, because it's the first football game, and it'll be fun just to see everybody. And tailgating is a blast. And if you don't tailgate, I don't know what else it is to do now. Because you park in the same spot. Like with the Commander, they park in the parking lot just south of the stadium. But then there's everybody else who parks. In the where we tailgate, it's the same people doing the same thing all the time. Same people, same group of people, and it's a good time. And I like to have my girl Judy. Like when you like to see Judy on TV, Randy, on my show, I like to have Judy on, Judy Ritz on our show, and I don't know if Judy will be there, but Carol Clark, get her on. And do we have Syracuse up here? Yes, but we don't have. Oh, we do have Clemson. Good, we have Clemson on here, so I know who I need to get on there and have him talk about Clemson because we know he'll be wearing his Clemson orange stuff there. So, love, yeah, we need to do that. I need to make sure as soon as I get off the air today, I'm going to go ahead and call and see if we can get up there and do our show tomorrow from from Stilly because the game's at 6:30. Everybody will be tailgating at like 3 o'clock or so we can do the show from 2 to 3 ish tomorrow there in Stilly. That'll be a good time, and that way I can just go ahead and get my drink on afterwards. Can't get my drink on while we're there. Now Saturday are the huge games. You got Texas at Ohio State to start it off. 11 a.m. game. At least it's early, and you can get it over with. But 11 a.m. I always hated a.m. game, 11 and 12 o'clock games. I never played good in those games. I don't know why. It messed up my schedule on what I would do as far as my plan for getting ready, taking my naps. 11 a.m. games, 12 o'clock games, always screw with me. Always. Always. I don't know. It's just I hated them. Messed up my routines that I had set up, my pregame routines. But Texas, Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes are minus 1.5 point favorites. And people are wondering about that. I'm like, I don't understand the problem. Why is there a problem with that? Okay. Why is there a problem with that game being at that time? Hold on one second, everyone. All this talking made me thirsty. But anyway, I hate 11 a.m. games, but everybody talks about why the Ohio State favorite. Had to go get my YMB water. Thank you. Well, they're at home. That's why. And you're talking about the number one team. If you're the number one team, why are you not favored? Because they're playing at Ohio State. They're playing at the Shoe. If they're playing at Austin, then Texas would be the favorites, 100%. But they're playing at the Shoe. So yeah, that's totally different. Plus, it's a rematch of last year in the Final Four, so we'll see what's going to happen with that. I do like Arch Manning. I was talking about that the other day. The fact that Ewers, I like Ewers, but Ewers stayed because number one, he knew that excuse me, that after that first year, when Arch redshirted, that the plan was Arch Manning was going to redshirt, then he was going to come in and he was going to play. And Quinn Ewers did not have a good year. He got hurt. And Arch Manning came in, so that with Ewers, it was like, okay, what are you going to do? And it was terrible. He didn't play well, and that's why he got drafted the way he got drafted, and he really wasted a year of Texas football. He wasted a year of Arch Manning having the best offensive line with the receivers and everything he had. They wasted a whole year. That's what they did with Ewers, because there's no way that Arch Manning's not better than Quinn Ewers, but as a coach, that's your starting quarterback. That's who you got to stay with. And I thought Ewers stayed there simply because he was trying to improve his draft stock, which did not work at all. But I'm looking forward to that game. The Q's at Tennessee, and that's going to be a hell of a game right there. I'm looking forward to seeing that game, Syracuse at Tennessee, 11 a.m. That's going to be a great game as well. I may have to go somewhere. Well, no, I'll be working Saturday, so I'll have to watch one game. Well, I guess I can watch both games because ABC and Fox, so that makes it easy. You can flip back and forth. Probably going to be watching the Texas Ohio State game more than I'm going to be doing watching the Syracuse Tennessee game, though. But I'm interested to see what Josh has, what his new quarterback is going to do there at Tennessee, and what's going to happen. Number 9 LSU against number 4 Clemson. 6:30 on ABC. I'll definitely be watching that game because I think that's going to be a hell of a game. I'm interested to see who's going to win that game, but I'm going to definitely be watching that game. 6:30 ABC. Utah at UCLA, 10 o'clock p.m. I don't know what my problem is with my stuff today. I cannot get this writing right today. I don't know what my problem is. I really don't. I think it's just because, I don't know about y'all. Have y'all been at the point where you just can't sleep? And it's like whatever you do, you just cannot get good sleep. That's what I've been doing for the last month. I don't know what the problem is. I cannot get good sleep. I'm like, what is the deal? I mean, I wake up in the middle of the night, and then you can't go back to sleep forever. And then you finally do. And then you wake up and you're exhausted. And you're exhausted for the complete day. I don't understand that. I don't get it. But, go try to have a cocktail this afternoon. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Do that. How about Randy? Let's go have a cocktail this afternoon. Did I say that out loud? Uh, Commander, let's go have a cocktail. Let's go meet at our spot over there and go have a cocktail this afternoon. But anyway, LSU and Clemson is going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to that. Seeing, excuse me, uh, I'm sorry, Clemson and LSU. Yes, it's going to be a great game. 6:30 on ABC. Can't wait to see that game. At least I'll be free and off. I think. Well, I'll definitely be off, so I can watch that game and see what's going to happen with that. Then UCLA and Utah, the Utes versus the Bruins. The Bruins plus 5.5, and of course they do have the former quarterback for Tennessee. I can't say his name. So I'm not going to try to butcher his name because I'm not going to do that to the young man. But that game that night, am I going to watch it? Nah, I don't know. Uh, 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday, I may want to go out. I don't know. We shall see. But that's the schedule for college football this weekend, and we'll go over it again tomorrow. In fact, I got to get my guy Drew to give me some picks and see what his the Drew Henthorn Husker Drew picks are compared to theirs. That's what I'm thinking I need to do. Let me send this to him. Let me send that to him and see what's going to happen with that. That's kind of what I'm going to do. That's my plan. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors while we're at it, since we've been talking for a while. Let's go ahead and get our sponsors all squared away. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guys up over there. They love to take care of you. Hangovers. You have issues, Commander. You have issues. SRB for engineering, surveying, and planning. Hit these guys up, especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county. They will make sure you have clean drinking water. And as we said, who the hell does not want that? Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guys up over at Oak Grove. Uh, they love to take care of my guy Jose. He's a great guy. He'll make sure that all your dirt or your needs, especially if you're tearing down a house and you're remodeling and you got a bunch of trash, hey, put it in the back of his truck and he'd love to go ahead and haul it off for you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com, or go into one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and US 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there on Garth Brooks, right across from Louis, right in front of the hospital. And Randy, what is the name of that hotel? It's not the Hampton Inn, but Residence Inn or something. I can't remember what the name of the hotel is, right there in front of or right behind the bank. Right there, whatever it is, I can't think of the name of it. Then YNB People's located on 23rd in Bethany between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. Man, I can tell you this stuff. I can't tell you how good this stuff smells. And the Aventus and the Commander will tell you, anybody, the women will tell you, man, I've had so many compliments. God, that smells so good. Yes, it does. It is some great smelling stuff. House of Creed, it's really good, I promise you. I am a 4B, and I can promise you the stuff smells good or I wouldn't wear it. And my plan was this week I was going to try to go to Woodland Hills Mall, but we'll try to do that in the next couple of weeks. Go to Woodland Hills Mall and do our show there at the House of Creed there at the mall. Plus Thursdays is a good time to go to Tulsa. It's a good night. Town East Mall in Wichita. I don't know if we'll go there, but I do like Wichita. Plus the casino is on the way. There's a couple casinos on the way there, but you can go to there. But you can stay at that Hampton Inn right there, just outside of Wichita on the way back to Oklahoma City, which is where we stayed at all the time when I was coaching. Loved that place. Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas, Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, South Plains Mall in Lubbock, Texas, Westgate Mall in Amarillo. And if I get a chance to go, if I go to the Oklahoma State Texas Tech game, I may go ahead and go. Uh, I may go ahead and go to the South Plains Mall in Lubbock since I'll be there. I may try to do a show there, but once again, it depends on what time the game is because that might be a good little location to go to. Plus, Lubbock, I heard, is fun. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but actually, I'm kidding. My YB Waters. And no, I'm not hungover, Randall. I don't leave when it's raining because Ace freaks out, so I don't go out and drink if it's raining or storming because he freaks out. Cannot leave your fur babies, when they're scared of the weather. You have to be responsible and do that. So, but anyway, that's how that's laid out. And then, of course, we do have football starting, NFL football starting next week. And we've gone over the schedule and gone over the teams the last couple of days on what we're looking at as far as that's concerned. I've kind of gone through my picks on what is going to happen, what I think is going to happen in football with the new teams, who's going to play who, and what the Cowboys are going to do. And once again, the Cowboys still have not signed Micah, and that thing's looking for a divorce. But the problem with Micah is, bro, you have no rights. If Jerry wants to be rude, if you decide to sit out and play, he can sit you out for 2 years. He's got your right for 2 more years if that's what he chooses to do. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. Football is the one sport that they really have control over you as far as it's the weakest players association. They give up stuff all the time, like the NBA. Players were making all this money, but they wanted concessions on this, concessions on that. Well, then you give up the money that you're making down the road because once again, this generation is about taking their time about this and about that. It's just ridiculous. But that being said, it is what it is. So when I look at when I look at college football and you look at all the games that you see, some big games coming up, teams are playing against each other. And I only put the teams that really I'm interested in seeing. Colorado does play this weekend. I did not put them in there because am I going to watch it? Maybe. I'm not. Shador's not playing anymore. Dion, I'm like, okay, cool, great. I do want him to succeed. Am I going to watch him? Maybe. I don't know what I'm going to watch that or not. But like I said, to me, football is just the precursor to NBA basketball. And all I know that the September starts next week, the end of this week. And then what does that mean? That means the NBA starts 6 weeks later. That's what that means to me. Now the season, I know that Randy, when is our first preseason game? Do you have that? Will you send that to me so I'll know when the Thunder's first preseason game is? Would you do that for me? And let me know when the first preseason game is because I know that I think we've gone to a couple preseasons, but this year I don't know if we're going to go to it, but I know they played one game in Tulsa and then one game here in Oklahoma City. So will you send me that, Randy, the schedule? Oh, I guess I could look it up. I guess I don't have to worry about that. I do have the schedule right here. I can look it up. When you have the Thunder app on your phone, you can do that. Let me see. Okay, that didn't work. How about this? Okay, that didn't work. Do you have the preseason schedule, Randy? I just have the regular season. I don't have the preseason. Do you have the preseason schedule? You can send to me so I can have that because if I look it up on this, it will mess up my whole system of how I got it. It screws me up. If you'll send that to me, I appreciate it. Uh, oh, no Tulsa games. Okay, no Tulsa game this year. Do you know do you have the schedule? Who we're going to play? Do you have that off the top of your head, or can you send that to me real quick, Randy? But anyway, so no Tulsa game this year, which is good. Hey, have them come up here. We know why are we going there? We're the world champions now. If you want to come here, come here. If you don't, whatever. Get your butt down here and see us play. Come down to Oklahoma City and watch the Thunder play here in Oklahoma City. That's kind of how I look at it and how you should look at it. I know Tulsa people don't look at it, and I do love Tulsa. I do. But anyway, I'm looking forward to watching the Thunder team. And as we said before, I had on my the question of the day. Do you believe that the team we start with this year will be the team that we finish this year? I don't. I don't think you do either. I don't think anybody. I think we have to make trades. I think we have to improve. Our team is pretty much, you know who the players are. You know what I mean. You know what we're doing. Defensively, there's nothing you can do. I think we're going to get better. I think Queso Wallace will get better. He's going to be his third year. He's going to be even stronger. So I believe that he will continue to grow. Hopefully, Chet has put on a few more pounds. I don't know if he has, but hopefully he's put on some weight. Somebody I keep telling everybody, feed that boy. That boy needs a black mama so she can give him some beans and cornbread and some biscuits and gravy every day. He needs to put on some weight, and I just don't think he has the body. It's kind of like Kevin Durant. His mama black. It don't help him none. He's just, I think if your body type is your body type, whereas the commander and I, we can gain a few extra pounds. But of course, when you go to certain places that have great great mashed potatoes, and then they have a steak, and then they have bread that's good, and then you have the alcohol that has sugar in it. It doesn't help. It just doesn't help. But like I said, tomorrow football season starts for the Cowboys. And in fact, like I said, I'm gonna call and make sure I can do. I'd like to do our show there tomorrow from the tailgate, because I think it'd be great just getting everybody in and letting everybody come on the show, talk about what they think about the football team this year, talk about the Thunder, what they think, because I know a lot of those people do go to the Thunder games, so that will be interesting. Okay, thank you, Randa. Okay, we play at Dallas, October 6th. Charlotte at home, this October 9th, which is a Thursday. I know exactly when that is because my birthday is the next day. At Indiana, at the Bucks, and Denver at home. So we have at Dallas on the 6th, which is, what is that, a Monday, I believe? The 6th would be yes. Hey, boy, I'm good. Will be a Monday, so we play at Dallas on Monday. We play the Charlotte Hornets at home, which will be our first home game, which is the 9th, which is a Thursday. So that'll be a good game. Like probably want to go to that game just to see. I don't do, and Randy and I, the commander, we don't really do preseason games, but it may just be able to go just to see what's going to happen with there. At Indiana, which is crazy because we played them in preseason and then we played them the second game of the year, which is that's interesting how they're doing it like that, I think. And then, of course, at the Bucks on the 14th, and then the Nuggets at home on the 17th, which will be the following Friday before we open up on the 21st. So this is going to be interesting to see how that works out for everybody. Like I said, I'm excited about the season this year, watching the Thunder, watching what we're going to do. But like I said, I do believe Sam Presti's going to make trades. I don't think he's going to keep everything the same, which is why I think that he was giving people bumps in salary. Because if we want to get somebody, you have to be able to match the salaries that they're going to get in order to do that. So I think that was a smart move by him. We do have some picks. Wiggins is much more valuable than he was because he went from a defensive guy to a two-way guy who can shoot the three and he can play great defense. So he's done that. So you got Wiggins, you got K. Rich. I think he's a little bit more valuable because he can play the four and he can play the five. When you want to go smaller lineup, you can do that now, which we don't really have to so much now because of the simple fact that Chet is your five in a smaller lineup. Or if when we go small, K. Rich is our five. But you can also play J. Will at that five when you go small. But I'm talking about when you really want to be small, that he is our fourth center, I guess you would, behind iHeart, Chet, J. Will, and then K. Rich. When we want to go small lineup, he is usually our five because he does a great job of guarding the five on the opposing team. So he's a valuable somebody to not get rid of, but to trade because we need a shooter. And I do like Isaiah Joe. I'm a fan of his, but I think that he has got to the point where we need a guy who they know what's going to happen, but he can't give us anything on defense. Now, shooters usually shoot. They usually don't play defense. I get that. I understand that perfectly. But at the same time, you have to have somebody who can at least be somewhat, that somebody can attack. Because Isaiah Joe and, the commander, we have talked about this before. If he makes his first three when he comes in the game, fine. He can, as long as he's not giving up three, gives up a two, comes down, makes another three, you can continue playing. Because even if they make a two or they make a three, it's 6-5 or 6-4. So you can afford to keep him out there. But when he misses and the other person comes and scores, then he misses again, the other person comes and scores, you're in trouble. You're already down. So to me, it's if he makes his first shot, he plays. If he makes his first three, great, he plays. But the problem is, if you notice, they moved him out farther away from the three-point line. The closer he is to the three-point line, the more effective he is in his shooting percentage. The farther he is away from the three-point line, the less effective he is from shooting the basketball. So those are the things that I look at with him to determine, okay, is he going to be able to play or not play? And like I said, in the playoffs, you can't give away games. And our coach has done that. Both times, 2 years in a row he's been there, he's given up games. We lost the Dallas series because he gave up games. We almost lost the Denver series because he gave up game one. We had to go to game 7 against Indiana because he gave away game 1. And hopefully these are things that he's improved on this upcoming year. Here's your 3rd year. Are you still going to make the same mistakes that you made that almost cost us? We did win the chip, but we won it in spite of you, not because of. It's kind of like when people talk about Trent Differ. They wanted it. Well, he won a Super Bowl. They didn't win it because of him. They didn't win it because of him. They did win it, but they didn't win it because of. Even though they kind of did because he didn't turn the ball over, didn't make mistakes, but they did not win it because of. The same thing with our coach. We did not win it because of. We won it in spite of. So hopefully this year he's going to learn that J-Dub is not your best player. Your best player is SGA. Don't put the ball in nobody else's hands. You put it in his hands at the end of the games. You run plays to make sure that he's the one that's shooting free throws. You make sure that at the end of games, that in the quarters, it's SGA with the ball in his hand, not J-Dub, even though I know you're trying to prepare him for the future, putting the ball in his hands and getting him used to shooting last-second shots at the quarter. That's not how you win, bro. Even though we did win, we were doing. I'm like, bro, and this is my thing with Oklahoma City fans. I'm not hating. What I'm trying to do is help you become more knowledgeable. And like I said, that's the thing I love about going to games with the commander, is because it's about understanding the game. You can have somebody to talk to. Also, Mark Long. By the way, this YB water is very this YB water is very tasty. In fact, I need to come to the bank and get some more. But that being said, let's look at who we have these first 10 games. Okay, we're talking about the Thunder. And what does this mean for us? And what is our schedule going to be? Because to me, it's going to be interesting because of the simple fact that I understand what our getting off to a good start is going to be and what it's going to mean for us, for the Thunder. And you can look at our schedule. The Rockets, like I said, that game right there, I believe that's an L. I just think that there's too much going on, too much attention, just too much going on. I think we're going to lose that game. I hope we win because, like I said yesterday, that would be a nice four-part thing to Kevin Durant. Number one, you're an opposing team. You get to watch us hang our banner. Number 2, you get to watch us get rings. Number 3, you're there participating with SGA, breaks your record for the most consecutive games in a row. And number 4, you get an L. Those would be 4, but I'm going to take 3 of the 4. I'll take 3 of the 4, but I'll take 4. 4 would be magnificent. But I think it's going to be 3-1. And like I said, I will be filming when SGA gets his 18th point because I want to see him score those points or get fouled by KD or whatever. I'd like to see him break that record with KD on him, preferably shooting a 3. Or if he's got 19, it's even better because he can get a 2 on a mid-range or he can knock down a 3, however. But I definitely will be filming that part. Then we have the Pacers at they're in Indianapolis once again. We played them in preseason. I don't really understand I don't understand that. I don't understand how that works. But I think we'll win that game 1-1. Unfortunately, I do like Trey, but I think we'll beat the Hawks. So we'll be 2-1. At the Mavs, that game right there is going to be extremely tough for us to win. But I think we can get it done because Kyrie's not playing, but I do want to go to that game. It's on a Thursday night. At the Mavs, so we'll be 3-1. I do believe I'm going to go ahead and count that as a W. Kings at home, 5-1. Wizards at home, 6-1. Pelicans at home, 7-1. At the Clippers, SGA loves to kill them. But the Clippers are going to be on a mission. It's going to be tough to beat in that game. So I'm going to say we lose 7-2, beat the Blazers 8-2, beat the Kings 9-2. So I think we'll be 9 or 8-2 in our first. Is that 10 or 11 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 10. So I think we'll be 8-2 in our first game. So 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 6-2, 7-2, 8-2. Yeah. So that's kind of how I think the breakdown will be. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's just kind of my guess on that. And then my early NBA top 10, because my early NBA top 10 players is this. I got Jokic number 1, even though SGA is our guy. Jokic is the best player. You can lose the MVP and still be the best player. He's the best player. SGA is number 2, Giannis number 3, Ant 4, Luka 5, and I still have Luka in there because I think he's lost weight and I've watched him play. He really looks good. Really looks good. Number 6, Wemby. Number 7, KD. Even though I know a lot of fans don't like him, he's still a monster. He's still going to be in my top 10. Steph is 8, LeBron's 9, and then Kawhi is 10. That's my early top 10 NBA players for 2026. It could change after the season, but that's kind of how I look at that. I mean, that's the way I break it down as far as that's squared away. And then my NBA power rankings, I have our Thunder number 1, I have the Rockets 2, I have the Nuggets 3, I have the Cavs 4, the T-Wolves 5, which people don't understand. I said they don't match up with us, but the T-Wolves are just they're beasts. The Knicks number 6, the Mavs 7, the Magic 8, the Lakers 9, the Warriors 10. And of this group, like I said before, the teams I worry about of these top 10, I worry about the Rockets, I worry about the Mavs, not now, but when they get Kyrie back, and I worry about the Lakers. Those 3 teams we don't match up with. We don't match up with them. Okay? Everybody else we match up with. We match up with the Nuggets. We match up with the Cavs. We match up with the T-Wolves. We match up with the Knicks. We match up with the Magic. And we match up with the Warriors. And what I'm saying is we don't match up with those 3 teams. We don't match up with the Lakers. We don't match up with the Rockets. And we don't match up with the Mavs. So to me, it's about matchups and it's about who you play. In football, basketball, baseball, it doesn't matter who it is. It's who you play. It's who you match up with. It's who you get in the finals, or who you get in the playoffs. It's matchups. Okay, and that's what I was saying with the Lakers and the best thing for when Golden State, when Steph Curry got hurt, that helped them. The team they were playing, because Steph wasn't playing, so it helped us as well. But I'm not afraid of the Warriors. I wasn't afraid of Minnesota, either one. We beat Minnesota in 5. They spanked us 1 game, but I wasn't afraid of them. Game 3s have been our boogie boo, however you want to call it. We have not been able to win Game 3s. What are we, 0-4 in Game 3s, or 0-5 in Game 3s? We lost to the Mavericks in Game 3. We lost to, I'm not talking about the first round series because those series suck. We lost to Denver. We lost to, who else did we lose to? Indianapolis Pacers. So every team that we play, we've lost to when it comes to a team that we have to match up with in Game 3. Then we come back and we win Game 4s, and then we win Game 5s. I think we've only lost 1 Game 5, and that's to the Mavericks. But we beat everybody else because we're very, very, very good at playing at home because of our fans. And if you've been to Paycom, I don't know what the new arena is going to be, because I don't think Paycom is going to be the sponsor of the new arena when this pops up. But that's how I look at it, okay? So that being said, remember tomorrow is the first game for football. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys play University of Tennessee Martin. That's going to be at 6:30. Everybody will be tailgating tomorrow. I know that I'm going to be in Staley tailgating tomorrow as well. Going to try to do the show tomorrow. That's kind of my plan. Hopefully we're going to be able to make that happen. That's my hope. We'll see how it works. So that being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Stay dry, stay cool. Stay warm, because it's definitely cool out there compared to the 100 degrees as it's been. All right? And remember, 2025 world champions. Oops.